Hello, everyone. How are you doing? And welcome to this new edition of the Rise and Lightworkers show. New colors, new energy, and I should remove the little sign saying starting soon as we are live. Now, how are you doing? Let's take a few minutes to see how you guys are doing. How are the energies for you? 10 p.m. for you, it's late. Whoever you are, yes, the replay will be available. Usually these connections, these conversations, these transmissions are usually available in the group only. So once in a while, I will just be live on all the platforms so you guys can, discover what we're doing here. But yes, the replay will be available. Welcome. How are you doing? Let me know who's there. If you're watching live or watching the replay, just let me know where you're from, what kind of energies you are working with, and how you feel inside, how you feel your intuitive growth is going. Feeling good, Brooke. I'm so happy to hear this. So again, the energies, the content, and the impact it will have on you won't change regardless of the time when you listen to this. Time and energies do not have any kind of impact. They just connect to you at the moment where you feel available. So it's all fine. Faye's here. Maureen's here. Hello, hello. So happy to see you guys. So happy. So before we dive into this topic, which is a summary of what's going on energetically, what happened in the past weeks. I have been absent from live, at least from this platform, from this group live, as I was there pretty much every day, at least in my group. But I haven't come sharing some live experiences for over a month. So today we'll be talking a little bit about these energies, but also how you feel in this vortex of really activating times. What has changed? You might find that a few things will change or have changed in the way I share things here. Hello, Rachel. What has changed? Of course, the topics are the same. It's about helping you awaken to your divine self. So that's my mission. This remains the same. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to welcome more light workers, more intuitives in our container, in our group, in our family. So I'm a light worker mentor. I specifically work with light workers, with intuitives who are really wanting to develop their intuitive powers in alignment with their soul purpose. And if their soul purpose isn't clear, we're here to identify that. And if there are blocks stopping you from even really developing your gift to their highest, then we channel your higher self and we just unlock the magic, dissolve the blocks, and just help you really navigate these awakening energies with really power and clarity. That's what we do. What has changed in the way I will come here live? The frequency will remain the same. It's twice a month on Tuesdays, somewhere between 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. So it might be different from time to time, but it will be always the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of the month. And it doesn't mean I won't come live sharing stuff here and there, but I really want you to know that these are the days and these are the approximate times so you can, book that space for you. But again, replays are accessible. There will be more little surprises. There was the card reading game that we did recently. There will be some private readings that will come through, individual readings. I'm not planning any dates. I'll just go with the flow. If ever I do feel, or I feel the guidance just tell me to offer these kind of offerings to the group, then I'll do so. I'll follow my guidance. What is to remember is that once a month we will summarize actual energies and upcoming energies, so you understand why you feel a certain way, so you understand why you feel there's a lot of massive light codes coming through, and how you can adapt that and how you can actually serve this energy. So that will be shared once a month. And there will also be the other Tuesday will be all about focusing on your energy, focusing on recalibrating our energies if they're off, if we feel a little bit depleted or off balance. So it will be more on the healing energy recalibration side. So you'll taste two different types of energies in the month, and one will be more informative, and the other one will be more recalibrating, more something you feel, something you can experience. Again, if you're not in the Intuitive Empowerment for Lightworkers, the group, the free group on Facebook, please join us. There's so much content over the years that have been shared, and I'll be there consistently. While on my private page, Instagram, I try to be live today, didn't work for me. YouTube, it's it's when I can. It's when I can. So today we have a specific topic, and the topic is all about understanding the vibes. So before we talk about it, I would like you to enter a space, an energy flow, a dimension where you'll feel completely open to receive beyond the words that will be shared. There's something coded in the words when we share from an heart-centered position, and that's what I do. I try to really open my heart center, so whatever is coming through, it's not something that is scripted, but something that really wants to get to you, because the message is important and your higher self wants you to hear this. So why don't we close our eyes right now, beautiful ones, and take a deep breath in through the nose and release completely until no more breath, like a big, big sigh of letting go. Just allow yourself to inhale fully and deeply, and when you exhale, take your time. Exhale, even extend the exhale. Make it last until no more breath. And we're connecting now as your body and your heart are ready to receive information that will activate something in you. It's something that was probably dormant, something you knew mentally but had some issues to energetically get going, get triggered, get activated. Something will be turned on. And you breathe in this vision, this goal we're setting for all of us, and you're breathing out anything in the way. The thoughts, the beliefs, the expectations. Allowing your body to be completely open, relaxed. Your mind today becomes the observer of this experience, meaning that it's not going to interfere with anything by trying to validate the information, by trying to analyze whether or not the information applies to your reality. Your mind is on a holiday, just observing your body feeling lighter and lighter, feeling that your heart center is becoming warmer and warmer, as if a vortex of energy was simply opening up. And this vortex, which appears like a door, which appears like a tunnel, linking your 3D reality to your higher self and all the energies who wish to communicate with you today. you sense that something is really warm in your chest, agreeably warm. And I will count from 1 to 5. As I count from 1 to 5, you will sense that your consciousness, your ability to observe what is happening, is going through your heart center, going through your chest, going through the vortex, connecting to your higher self, as you will enter a space where everything is gentle, subtle, warm, peaceful, intuitively connected to all the guidance that will come through. Let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your body's really anchored to the ground, but your consciousness is already connected clearly to your higher self. It's almost as if you feel close to your higher self, as if you feel closer to your higher self. It's a vision, it's a sensation. And in the next minutes, you may decide to stay visually in that state by keeping your eyes closed, or you may decide to open your eyes again. Either way, it's fine. You're now on a different channel, receiving information from a multi-dimensional channeled energy. You receive with your mind, you receive with your heart, and you let in. You let this work happen. So today the topic is about feelings, about intuition, about welcoming the upgrades. So we have received, and when I say we, it's me and my students as we connect also regularly in our private community called the Multidimensional Lightworker. And of course we spend more time, we have time to see how they evolve, we have time to monitor energies. And every channeler will receive the guidance around the collective energies in a different way, and that's fine. But the global message is that as upgrades are being accelerated, it becomes hard for the body and for the mind to integrate each new upgrade. So an upgrade may be coming for you, like you're really improving your intuitive abilities, but also upgrades are also what humanity is experiencing. And when humanity is experiencing an upgrade, then reality shifts. As a human being, you're going through your own awakening process, which is faster than it used to, even for those who have been sharing their magic for a while, what I call the rising and leading and professional light workers. At this point, everybody is impacted by the acceleration of the process, of the awakening process. For those who are starting into understanding what it means to be a light worker, what it means to be an intuitive, then your awakening phase is a lot faster than those who started the process years ago. And it is important to understand that it is impacting our bodies, it is impacting our mind. How does it impact our body? Well, we might go and experience, we might go to different phases of energy levels. A lot of highs and a lot of, let's say, lower. It becomes a little bit harder lately to reach an equilibrium and keep that balance for long. That's if you feel that you are losing track of or losing control of the energies. Not that we need to control them, but if we are used to a certain level of energies and we're used to deal with them in a certain way, you might feel that right now all your strategies of how to cope with life experiences and inner shift, you might feel like all your strategies are failing or they're not fully adapted. Why? Because external energies are poking at us. It's not in a bad way. They're poking to help us move. Just move. There's a sense that the first plan that was shared with humanity, that was designed for the awakening process, didn't go as planned. Again, everything is happening perfectly, so there's no wrong or right, there's no success or failure. It's just an energetic readjustment. Years ago, we were expected to awaken and to massively awaken, to finally say, I'm just taking care of myself. I'm really prioritizing self-care and intuitive development. And it did happen for many of us. But a majority are still stuck in the in-between state of, I feel drawn to develop my intuitive powers. I feel drawn to discover what it means to be an intuitive being, to even develop or refine my intuitive powers. But there's the ego. The ego is still stuck. And I'm talking for many of us. The ego is still stuck with what is familiar, what feels safe. So even though external energies are inviting us to an accelerated awakening process, so intuitive growth, healing abilities, channeling abilities, the ego is questioning the whole process. Is it going too fast? What I used to do was successful. Why would I change? In this kind of unconscious program, slow down what was intended initially. If the ego hadn't been so controlling, and there's no judgment, it's just an observation, there's always a way to readjust. But if the ego had followed the heart center, the guidance, then we would not have felt this kind of rushing energy. The rushing energy is not to push you off balance or to force you to do something if you do not feel ready. It's to tell you, remember what you started a while back. Remember all the visions, all the gut instincts, all the impressions you had, that you were ready to share your magic, that you wanted to read about healing energy, about Reiki, about whatever you felt drawn. Why did you stop it? Why did you put a hold on it? What happened? And that's where energy shifted for the collective, but also for each individual. Everything shifted. It felt like we had the opportunities, but the ego was still in fear. And there's many reasons why it was still in fear. One, because it's programmed to always protect us. So new adventures might feel risky. And there's also the pressure of the system, trying to put a lot of fear and to warn us. So there's a lot of reasons. But it doesn't stop external energies. And that is, of course, held by your higher selves. Everyone's higher self up there or around us is working as a team. Your light guides, they're all there observing us. And of course, there's like bigger groups of beings observing us. And they're saying, okay, let's focus. Let's put all our hopes and energies on those who are ready. So it means that those who are still dormant and hesitating will still feel the shifting energies, but they might not, quote unquote, produce results. They might not just decide to act as quickly as those who received so many upgrades in the recent years, in the recent months, and they're at this to do a shift, to take the leap in order to change. So those who are feeling highly activated right now, feeling that there's a lot of energies triggering them to face some aspects of themselves or about themselves, or to jump on a new adventure, developing new intuitive abilities, playing with tools they never played with, to channel, to heal, to discover more about themselves, you guys are the ones right now who will feel more activated because of the work you have done in the past years, in the past months, because you have courageously done part of the work or most of the work, and you're ready to receive more. It doesn't mean that it's going to be as easy, because it's not being selected or being the ones. We're all being selected. But now there's more dormant light workers than expected after everything that happened. So the light workers who are ready to really shift things, whether they're awakening, like recently awakening, or rising, or professional, those guys, us, are receiving massive upgrades on a daily basis. Do you feel this? Like your upgrades, your energy is shifting, the guidance you receive is shifting on a daily basis. Why? Because you are the ones who will make a difference and activate those who are dormant. On their own, energies will lose them. It's like if our friends were focusing on reaching everyone at once and really focus all those powerful energies on the ones who are dormant, it will still take longer. It's like they're funneling some parts of energies, like a beam of energy, and they're focusing on light workers, some groups of light workers, all disseminated around the world. And they're saying, you guys are ready for the upgrades because of the work you have done and the intention you have and the energy you're ready to put into this. So if you feel highly activated, highly triggered, highly challenged, and at the same time highly excited, highly empowered and clear, and your intuition is super strong, then you are part of those who will continue to receive massive upgrades. Now the impact on the body can be important because, again, we receive more energies in less time. So if you receive these kind of energies, and let me know if that's your situation, you're receiving them because you're able to deal with them. So it means that you have the clarity to actually find ways that will help you deal with this energy. So your body has the time to integrate all this. You can go through many upgrades in a day, in a week, in a month. Your mission can be upgraded in a day, in a week, or a month. So the ego is completely like, what? Like yesterday we're supposed to do this, now it's that. So the ego is completely overwhelmed for most of us. It's completely overwhelmed. So we need to calm it down. The body is also receiving a lot of light codes through all different portals at this point. So we're at a point where you need to look at what is happening in your body so you can respond with concrete actions, whether it's meditation, whether it's things that may not appear intuitive. It doesn't matter. It's just to take care of the body, because the body is okay to follow you on this accelerated awakening process. But it's like, whoa, I'm ready, but please just give me the tools to replenish between phases. Your higher self will continue to send information. It will never overload you. It's not the point to exhaust you. But again, it's to trigger you to respond quickly. You have an upgrade. Look at your body. How is your body responding? And adjust accordingly. Your ego will need more time than the body to even understand what's happening. So try to heal all those fears. The fears of not mastering it, the fear of being inconsistent, the fear of not knowing what's coming up even though you're an intuitive, the fear of being not belonging into a main group of light workers because you are experiencing things differently, or maybe you're detaching yourself from the group of light workers you were with for a while because it doesn't respond. These are fears that the ego will feel because things are shifting faster than it can comprehend. And you need to nurture your ego as well. And that may imply some healing. It's sometimes it's easy to take care of the ego simply by meditating or being in a surrounding or in a group that will help you integrate all this. But at this point, the healing is so profound that it's pretty hard to say, I have a fear of rejection. I have a fear of not belonging to my group of light workers if I do this, or whatever fears you're facing. At this point, the invitation is to heal them, so you can continue on receiving the upgrades without having an ego that is freaking out all the time. Again, this is an invitation, and if you delay it, if you say, it's okay, I'm receiving the upgrades, we'll look at that. We'll put the earth self, the ego self on the side until we feel excited about working on our emotions. It doesn't work like that. You are a whole being. You are your higher self, so you receive all the guidance, all the energy updates on your own, you receive them. But you're also a body, and that body is holding way more than you believe. And you're also a consciousness, an ego that is really programmed to take care of your existence on this planet. And the ego is shifting as well, so it doesn't feel so reactive. That it's not going to be a magical process where you go to 1, 2, or 3 activations and it's done. It doesn't work like that. There has been a time where there was an illusion around that. It felt so exciting to work with light workers, with healers, with channelers, with mediums. It felt like when we were in their presence, we were recalibrated, we were energized, we had visions, we had insights about our soul purpose. And then we thought that just being in those groups, in those activations, we thought that that's it. I guess I'm activated. I don't have to do anything else. It's not that. And in these times, we're starting to feel the pressure. It's not a pressure again. It's the way I use words as a human, that on the other side, it's never to hurt you, to stress you, to put you in a fear mode. It's not at all this way. But they want us to heal those fears, because you could be, again, the most potent light worker, the most powerful healer. And that's the first phase. The first phase is, I feel the energies, I feel my power expanding. And I'm just channeling on my own or with others, and we see beautiful landscapes. We connect with beautiful beings from different dimensions, and it feels good. And you hold that energy during the activation, during the workshop, during the program, and you hold it and you hold it, and it stays in your body for the length of the workshop or the activation, and it will stay for a few days, a few weeks, and then the fears are coming back. The fears of being alone, holding this energy without the group, without the mentor, without the teacher, without the group of friends or light workers, without the workshop itself. We always return to default. I shouldn't say this like that. We return to the default ego, the ego that is not finished in its healing process. So all those activations are wonderful, but you need to look at those ego fears and say, okay, I'm super powerful, or I understand my powers are expanding so much. What stops me? What stops me for even sharing with people what I'm doing? How come I'm not attracting more attention in terms, how come I cannot impact more people with what I do? There's something in me that is not clear. Is it about the soul purpose? I'm not too sure how am I supposed to share this with the world? Is it because I have a fear of speaking in public? I have a fear of sharing who I am because of past life, because of childhood? It has to be looked at. And I know there's a notion of the the fear of segregation, or the fear of going back into those times where there were witch hunts, and we're talking about past lives where we potentially have experienced this. So the fear of I've lost the term, the fear of, yes, rejection, but the fear of being rejected from society, of being judged because you're super intuitive, and people are not like that. But this is just one tiny aspect. Those who have started their awakening process years ago, like 2 years and further, persecution, thank you so much. I was looking for it. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, that is what is used as the reason why it's hard for light workers to express their magic. Thank you so much. And it is a tiny aspect. Most light workers who have started their journey a few years ago, like let's say 2 years and prior to this, have, for most of them, cleared their karmic field of persecution. So whether you have been a healer, a medicine healer, and you have been rejected from your village, from your family, you have been burned, you have been yelled, yes. And we probably have many of these lives. And remember, they're still here. They're not past lives, they're here. When you heal yourself around this persecution, fear, and code, you obviously clear your past lives as well. But those who have been on a regular basis exposed to light and to higher energies have cleared this long ago. So when you're scared of showing up as a light worker in the world and are saying to the world and to yourself, well, it's probably because of my persecution, fear, and code and trauma, not after a few years. I can assure you that you have cleared them. If you're new, if you're an emerging light worker, we might still have to work on these. But you guys who have worked on your past lives where you have been persecuted as an intuitive, as a healer, as somebody holding the divine wisdom, you probably have cleared most of those trauma. And now you're facing your own fears. And they're not from 10 generations ago. They're not from like another century or another planet. Why? Because you have worked around this, consciously or unconsciously, or because the collective took care of this. People say they don't see me clearly. Can you please confirm that you see me clearly? It could be a connection, but could you guys confirm that you see me and receive me and hear me clearly? I would love that. So what we're experiencing right now is facing our own fears. The fears we got from our childhood. Thank you so much, Amy. The fears we get from our childhood, from our parents, and thank you, Maureen. The fears are really connected to now. So the next phase right now is, of course, to develop your intuitive abilities. That is going to connect you to your heart center and your higher self and your team. Clarity will come from this. Clarity around your journey. Clarity will come from this. Does it mean you should neglect healing your fears, your emotions, your blocked emotions? No. You can decide to prioritize one of the two. Healing your emotions will help you develop your intuitive abilities because you won't be scared. You will say, I received this, I share it, and I continue to upgrade them. And taking care of your intuitive abilities will really dissolve some of the fears. There are fears that are not only yours, but also the collective. And it's not always connected to past lives. It's just being in a different part of the world where people don't speak about these things. Maybe in your family. This is now. Yes, there's definitely a heritage and energetic heritage from past lives. And yes, it might still be coded, but I want you to really feel that right now you're invited to take care of your earth self, of understanding what your body is trying to tell you, to connect to all your senses, what feels good, and go and remember what feels good. If eating a certain fruit makes you feel good, then just remember, note that as being a way of triggering happiness. If going on a hike at this specific place, even though you go every day, but it feels good, connect to this. I'm sorry, I'm talking too fast. I need to drink. So what I'm trying to say is that do not neglect the 3D life. Do not neglect that there are many aspects of you that wish to expand, and prioritizing only one aspect, whether it's just the intuitive, because yes, the intuitive is magical, and a lot of light workers have been attracted by the magic of this. Hey, connecting to angels, connecting to high vibrational beings, connecting to my higher self, discovering my past lives. There was something almost like Disneyland, it's like finally discovering something that is less heavy. But we need to bring this in the 3D world. That's how we're going to shift things for ourselves and for others. And to bring it in the 3D world, we need to be able to hold it. When we connect to our higher selves, when we connect to our angels, whomever you connect with, on our own or in a group setting, how can we keep the impact of the activation as long as possible? How we can become autonomous to do that on our own? Well, it's by dissolving the fear that we need absolutely somebody all the time to do it. It's by dissolving the fear that it has to go in a certain way because the process has been done like that for many years, and that maybe your sole purpose is to develop a new process. The fear of being alone doing this, the fear of telling people, these are personal fears. They're not just past life stuff. And the topic of today was really to reconnect to the body, so your feelings. Your feelings are channeling, or actually channeling antennas. They are. Again, if you go on a walk and you love that place, you don't know why, but it feels good, just go back there, because you will be upgraded and your body will be upgrading itself. It will filter energy. It will transmute. It's like, when you eat food and the nutrients stays in the body and the toxins are just leaving your body. It's the same thing. You are bombarded by so many energies, and that's normal. It's accelerated. It's even more massive. So the body will tell you, you know what? It's time to clear. It's time to filter. I'll keep the energetic nutrients. We'll clear what is toxicity. And you need to do that. Again, it could be composing music. It could be listening to music. It could be drawing. Connect to what feels good. That is part of the healing. That is part of the rebalancing. And the other part is to listen to your intuition. The intuition is the first contact you have with your higher self. It's more physical. When you have an intuition, usually it's connected to you. I have received a message. I feel I should be doing this. I feel that I should not do this. I feel that would be fun. Intuition is not... Intuition, when it's coming from a higher realm and not just the ego being scared, it's always positive. It's always like, you should try that. That sounds fun. Today you're working, but you should go for that walk. You should see that friend. Yeah, but it would feel good. That is your body. This is your body telling you that would feel good. So this is your intuition. And that's the first part. Once you understand your intuition and you listen to it, the next step is just a higher self, because a higher self is using your body to send you messages through intuition. Once you trust intuition, then you're starting to develop more and more powers, because you're getting closer and closer to your higher self on a dimensional level, because you have listened to the first connection you have with your higher self, which is intuition. Now, when you feel like you're super, super evolved as super,
super developed healer or a channeler, it doesn't mean you have to let go of the intuition. The intuition is connected to the body, is connected to you, is connected to the daily life. It is important that you still listen to this as well. And then, of course, the rebirth. This is what we're going through right now. We're going many rebirths at once. It's on a daily basis. So if you listen to your body and your feelings, if you listen to your emotions, and you decide to really address if there's any kind of block, which will again support your intuitive growth, then you will automatically improve your intuition, because your intuition is using the body to let you know, is using the feelings to let you know there's a message. And once the intuition is heard and is understood, and you understand how your body is letting you know that today that would feel good if you were doing this, then your abilities to channel, your higher self is heightened, is amplified. And then you'll understand that it's okay to go through all those different rebirth cycles we're going through right now. And they're accelerated. They are accelerated. And this right now, March, April, will be really a phase of, I cannot do it the same way I used to. How am I invited, guided to shift things around? Personal life, intuitive life, professional life. At this point, you are being triggered or activated as a whole. But you have to go and use all the aspects of who you are. The body, the emotions, the sensations, the intuition, the higher self connection, and understanding that those different phases we're going through are just part of the process. A process that will help you help way more people. And that includes healing. That includes self-healing. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. I promised myself I wouldn't go over 40 minutes, and that's what I will do in the future. But it's been a month and a half we haven't checked together. So I think that makes sense. And it's a big topic because it's like I'm really channeling right now. That's why I'm looking right above here. There's a wave of change for humans that are coming through right now, and it's just to enjoy every aspect of who they are. And we just have talked about that. The body, the feelings, the emotions, the intuition, and channeling higher vibration, so your higher self. You will see that in the next months, because it's far from being ready. Those of you who have worked with me in a group setting, which in an offering that was called at the time the Abundant Lightworker, over 8 weeks, will be spread over months right now. It's time for us to look at every area, the self area, the self portion of our awakening, the body portion of our awakening, the creativity portion of our awakening, the intuition portion of our awakening, the physical response to our awakening, and of course the karmic, the past lives, the ancestral blockages, and all about our soul purpose. You understand that it was exciting to do it in 8 weeks before. It doesn't work in 8 weeks. There's so much. And at the same time, it will go faster than working on a lifetime on these different areas. There's a way over a few months to really activate each one of them. There's no specific order. You can enter the awakening process through healing your emotions, then bang, intuition is clear, then bang, your higher self is speaking to you more clearly. Or you may decide to come through the energetic portal, through the intuitive side, and realize, oh, I think I'm ready now to finally clear an old fear I had about just being different or being eccentric or being everything I want to be. There's many doors, and that's why this program that is coming up, it's not there yet, so I'm not telling you, but I know it will be in 3 sections, and you will be able to enter these sections whenever you want. You may decide to start with the more intuitive section, or you may decide to enter the whole program through the emotional healing portion of it. You'll decide, or you may go through all of them, whatever you feel you need. But you will be held. That's what they're telling me to do, because you're so crucial. You're really crucial for humans right now. So again, remember, and I will quickly summarize it, dormant light workers are triggered by actual energy in a ways that is destabilizing for them. They're not sure where it's leading them. But you and I, rising light workers, awakening light workers, leading light workers, this phase is a phase that invites us to finally heal what is connected more to the 3D, because a healed 3D version of ourselves will allow in the 5D version and higher of ourselves, the higher self. You want to keep the higher self connection as long as you can on a daily basis. It's never disconnected, but the 3D reality gives you the illusion that it's disconnected. By healing everything as much as we can, you're automatically keeping the higher dimensions in your everyday life, and that will impact others, and that will awaken others around you. Yes, the energies are super strong. So be patient. I will come back in the next month with this program. It's all written, it's all designed, the whole program has been channeled, just needs to be more practical in how it will be presented to the world. And again, you might decide to jump in completely, or decide which door you want to open and how you want to get into this. For those who want to work with me right now, there are two possibilities. There's the multidimensional lightworker community. We're channeling twice a month. There's also individual readings in that portion. We're connecting to actual energies, but we're also understanding, and we're recalibrating ourselves to make that whole process easy, loving, and peaceful. So you're held all the way. I'm not offering one-on-one mentoring right now. At this point, it will probably show up that it's not. Unless you have worked with me in the past, in a group setting or in a personal setting, doesn't matter. I'm offering 2 spots to work with me for one exclusive session. If that is something you're interested in, just send me a DM. But it is important that we have worked together. Either if I give you like a short 15-minute activation, whatever container it was, it's okay. It means that we are connected already. Then yes, if you want one single session, I have 2 spots available, but my mentoring program is closed right now, and the only ways to work with me are those 2 sessions, or again, the multidimensional lightworker community. You will love it. There's 60 activations there. We're talking about everything: the emotions, abundance, past lives, connecting to your higher self, to your guides, to your galactic friends. It's touching every area. The upcoming program will be going even deeper into this. I'm letting you go, beautiful ones. I have talked 10 minutes over, but I thought it was worth it because we hadn't had this chat. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Just share whatever you want to share in the comment section in reaction to this, or if it raises more questions, please let me know. That's important. And your questions actually are wonderful, because it does orient me, and it helps me also ask questions to my higher self and whatever energy wants to show up. And it helps me answer you. And when I answer you, I probably answer so many. So it is appreciated when you guys interact with the content I share. So I wish you a wonderful day. I will share all the links. If you're not in the free group, and wherever you're watching me, if you're watching me on YouTube, Instagram, or another place, then the group is free. The group is completely free. And have a look also at the membership if you want to be part of the private group. You are welcome. I will share the link as soon as we disconnect. I wish you a wonderful day, and we'll talk very, very soon. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye. Thank you.